At the end of February 2021, there was basically an internet-wide sale on Mothership zines. That sale, combined with the fact that Mothership is an eye-catching shiny gold indie darling, means this alpha ashcan is in the hands of many new bright-eyed soon-to-be fans, or not. You know, some people watched my review and were able to appreciate it without liking the game, and that's cool too. But if a bunch of newcomers are asking themselves, wait, but what do I run with this? Well, fear save not tabletop enthusiasts, most of you also bought Deadpool. Oh, wait, no, we were going to take that part out. We were going to put the other bit back in. For $2 to $5, this cute little pamphlet adventure is yours. A go-to gold star, fresh start adventure. Short, deadly, and inexpensive. And I'm going to spoil the whole thing. It was the alien and its healing slime. Ha! Gotcha! Told you I would spoil it right out the gate. No mercy. No mercy. In your. Okay. We're gonna have a little mercy. We're gonna talk about 2 other pamphlets first. Sorry. And then it'll be asteroid time. If the core book's 4 loadouts weren't enough, add hackers to your game with the exploitation loadout. The front panel has tools of the trade to start your character off, and the back panel has an aspirational shopping list of high-tech hack decks, complete with one-use programs to hone your computer cracking powers to a digital green edge. The inside panels show you how to design networks for your hacker to crack. It's oriented toward corporate espionage, but has alternative consequences if armed recon teams coming to investigate the hacker don't make sense. It has a good example, but you'll probably get the hang of it more by making one yourself. Like this one that I made for my patrons. Wow! Check it out on my Patreon, and also check out this pamphlet. Next one. The other official pamphlet is Hideo's World, and this one, this one's a little wonky, folks, which I don't feel bad saying because it's by the same author as Ypsilon, and I have plenty of hunky-dory things to say about that pretty yellow pamphlet. So let me say that Hideo's World is extremely open-ended in how it drops you into the digital world of a dying MMO and doesn't give you direction on how to solve the problems it presents, none of which have easy solutions, because at its core, this is a story about a man who tried to build a revolutionary technology but had to sell out ad space in his dreams in order to keep the idea afloat, to the point that now a sentient corporate mascot guards the creator's comatose avatar out of fear it'll stop existing if the creator agrees to leave his literal and figurative dreams behind. That's the longest run-on sentence I think I've written in anything, folks. Gosh, riffing on other creators' style is fun, it turns out. But did you know? That was originally the premise. That was the premise of this channel on Collabs Without Permission. That's why it's called that. I'm glad we got back to that. And on that note, humble viewers, it is now time for blue-collar workers stuck in the middle with more than they bargained for. Your team needs to get paid, and getting paid means loading cargo, which means you have time to loiter around this asteroid mining station where there are mysterious goings-on, which means it's time to split up and look for clues.
Let's split up and see if we can find this mysterious ghost from space.
Here are the rooms, here are the NPCs. Gee, this adventure has a lot of 10s, and I don't just mean all the attractive people. Looking at you, Jerome! I see your cute bedspread. 10 rooms, 10 NPCs, well, technically 11, but one of them is missing and the other is a cat. It's a D10 system. I think it's called, I think it's called good design. Reading the rooms in number order makes spatial sense and gives you a cool narrative structure, which is dungeon design 101, but it is so nice to see. Watch this. You show up for cargo pickup and Sonia gives you the rundown. A vac suit, mining tool, and crew member, what? Excuse me? Have gone missing, which shouldn't be possible on a remote asteroid mine. You meet the crew in their bunks with the help of a convenient D10 table of NPCs featuring roleplay prompts and personal belongings. You might visit the kitchen, where there's a neglected water garden, or the washrooms where a shower head has been destroyed. Pattern. Without leads or with danger amping up, you suit up for a trip into the mine. A claustrophobic tunnel leads you to an empty vac suit and a splash of yellow goo. Oh, poor Mikey. On the way back, you find a hidden chamber where there's a science setup and a passcode to the docked science shuttle, where the off-site geologist has been possessed by the yellow goo. And oh yeah, a few of the crew members you left up above have disappeared too by the time you make the 10-minute trip back up the elevator. Remember the alien? It's invisible and wants to kill you. Roll a d10 when the party enters a new room. If the numbers match, it's snack time. If not, roll a d10 on the NPC table every 10 minutes, and that's who goes missing next, gone without a trace. The only area besides the 10 detailed rooms of the facility and the asteroid mine are the seemingly ubiquitous vents of Mothership. They're a genre staple, the perfect claustrophobic addition to almost any locale. It helps build horror when you never know whether or not something is watching you from behind the walls. You can hear something climbing through them, which is hopefully just the cat, but can never see what it is. They're big enough that if you want to try and squeeze in, you can go on some dangerous, isolating exploration. And even if none of that happens, just have the alien jump out of the vents for a surprise attack. And that's pretty much the whole adventure. It's short enough to read and run in a single evening, and is honestly a good module with its genre conventions in a line, from the slasher premise to the crew's cat to the cassettes scattered around the facility. I bet it'd be hard to fuck up. And now that we're 3/4 of the way through this Movies with Mikey ripoff, I've just realized that all of his videos end the same way, which means, everyone, it is time to talk sincerely and dramatically about a $3 pamphlet adventure to tell you why it's more than the sum of its parts. So to start off, it's worth mentioning that if nothing else, this module makes it apparent that space doesn't go easy. The infinity of the final frontier will undoubtedly bring mortal danger the likes of which humanity has never seen. But it'd be naive to think that we'll collectively band together against this existentially terrifying, endless nightmare land. Humans will stay on their bullshit, sneaking through the cracks between developing laws or the lack thereof. It's all built into this module about a dangerous mining operation, just like it's built into the core rules. Anti-capitalism exists in space because capitalism still exists in space. Sorry, Tim. The burdens of capitalism, exploitation, and unspeakable debt are as inescapable as every adventure's central conflict. Did you see what I did there? Whether socioeconomic inequality or alien creature, the only difference is the urgency of the danger. This one will literally eat you alive. On Ypsilon 14, an asteroid that's just profitable enough not to abandon in the face of an alien substance. If you try to escape before solving the problem, the alien hitches a ride on your ship. Hell yeah for another Alien reference with bonus points for thematic consistency, but in the end this is just another way to illustrate that the devil's bargain must be paid. And sometimes survival isn't in the cards. Mothership straps you to the tracks of a trolley problem, gives you the options survive, solve, save, and says pick two. You can try to make a meaninglessly small corner of the universe a better place, or you can fly away. The optimistic part of me says that one reason Mothership is so deadly is because when it comes down to it, it's worth putting yourself in danger to help people in need. Exploitation is inevitable, but maybe it's not inherent. What's special about us is the incredible lengths we'll go to help each other. Deep down, you know you can't really escape even if you fly away, because the people mining this tiny space rock for someone else's sake are scared because their friends are dying. If you leave them to die, the alien catches up with you, but not out of some kind of karmic justice. It's the universe saying no. You can't escape life's problems by flying off to go play hide and seek in God's biggest playground. Life's problems can't be conquered alone, and they don't stop existing just because you try not to see them. And if that's the case, then the only real option is doing your best to try to make this meaninglessly small corner of the universe a better place. Even if you die trying. This has been Mothership video number 2. More coming soon. Patreon Yeater, John Claude, Alfred Clark, Adam Bueller, Hello, Jared Sinclair, and Dungeons on a Dime. They all got access to this a week early. So if you want to join them, if you want to join Michael D, World Champ Game Co., Carrot Clarinet, you know what to do. Nate Tremay. Nate did the soundtrack for Hideo's World. Open that zip file. It's a good track. As is Don't Call Me by Kingdom Flying Club. Shout out to Jarrett Crater. He's not a Patreon, but you know who is. Akamite, Toa Tabletop, Glenn Seal. This was a lot of fun to make. I hope you all enjoyed this video, especially Ian Newsom. Even if you don't get the inside joke. Michael Van Fleet, Madeline Flux. Ooh, it does in reverse order. Baron DeRop. That's all. Thank you. Good night.